my guys and dolls, cats and kittens. I hope everybody's doing well out there, keeping safe, paying attention to life's truths, clues around you, and ready to speak up on somebody's behalf if you see something out there. It definitely feels like the world is getting back to whatever post-pandemic normal is. I even saw that the farmers market's going to be kicking in place and traffic is like back to normal again. It was so nice to be able to drive around on those occasions when people were actually trying to stay at home. But I like staying at home too. But when I have to get out and do things, I definitely do. I try to do more things than one at a time, to make it more effective leaving the home, especially with trying to hang on to some of those dollar bills, y'all. I don't know about you, but things are getting better. It's a slow progression, however. I definitely keep your fingers crossed for me that I'm able to get in more of an audience with my channel. I'm looking forward to the day I start getting comments. It has been difficult though, because sometimes real life takes over and coming up with just even the finances to do the ads can be quite challenging. But I am not giving up. I'm a very positive thinker, and I believe what I have to say is important to be heard. Okay, with that, let's get into it. The game is afoot, and this one I wanted to get out there because it's horrific. And I want to do my catch-up series, but I'm going to throw this one out there. I was planning on working on that, but this kept calling to my attention. So I thought I'd go ahead and jump on it right now, get it off my mind, off my noggin, as Bailey Sarrazin would say, and then move on to doing my catch-up episode. So this is going down in Chippewa County and in Chippewa Falls, actually. And it is a child, which is always so freaking difficult to talk about. This is a 10-year-old Ileana, who goes by Lily Peters, found dead Monday morning, according to the Chippewa Falls Police Chief Matthew Kelm. And the missing persons case was being pursued as a homicide investigation. They had called and said, they were expecting her home. She had on like leggings and she was on her bike and she didn't turn up. They called about that night, and then she was found the next morning. And that's who the family was calling. I shouldn't be so indistracted, but my heart goes out to the family. God bless you all. For the upcoming, trauma that you have to go through, and hopefully things will come out on your side and you'll get justice. The Peter's body was found about 9:15 near the Duncan Creek Trail in downtown Chippewa Falls. She was only a fourth grader in elementary school at Parkview. The suspect at that point in time hadn't been taken into custody, and the coroner confirmed the deceased body to be that of Ileana Peters. And then they're like, okay, more information is going to be posted as things go along. At Sunday, 9 p.m., the Chippewa Falls Police Department was contacted by Lily's father, who advised that Lily had not returned home from her visit to her aunt's house in the 400 block of North Grove Street. Officers learned that Lily was last seen by family members in the evening. She was supposed to be heading home to the 50 block of East Birch Street. Officers and family checked the area and contacted family and friends, but she wasn't located. After dark, I can imagine what her family was freaking out over the whole thing. I know I would be. Probably been out looking for her, knowing she was on her bike. What's going on? Why is it taking so long? After dark, officers learned that a bicycle believed to belong to Lily was located in the woods a short distance from her aunt's residence near the walking trail between the end of North Grove Street, Line Kugel's Brewing parking lot. If I said that name right, Leinen Kugels. But anyways, okay, so her bike is there. It wasn't that long that, of a walk that she was taking, or a ride she was taking back home from her aunt's house. So that's definitely suspicious behavior right there. K-9 teams from the Chippewa County Sheriff's Department and the Lake Hallie Police Department were called in to search the area Sunday night. Also, the Chippewa County Sheriff's Department drone was used to search the wooded area. Excuse me. Law enforcement and fire/EMS search teams searched the area and conducted door-to-door canvassing overnight, and are coming up with nothing at that point. The Wisconsin Criminal Division investigation was contacted. At that point, the incident did not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. Well, just what the hell kind of criteria do you need for an Amber Alert? If you got a missing kid and the parents are worried and it's not there, and you find a missing bike, what the hell more do you need, people? Honestly. But I think by that time, it was too late anyway. The situation shifted tragically on Monday. No help from them. At about 9:15 a.m. this morning, a body was located in a wooded area near the walking trail in the area. Chief Matthew Kelm, referring to where they discovered the bike. The Chippewa County Coroner's Office has now confirmed this is the body of Lily Peters. At this point, we are considering this a homicide investigation. We do not have anyone in custody and are continuing to follow up on multiple leads. Children on bikes and people exercising often use the path all the time, neighbors said. Lily biked there often and played on the street near the trail, said people who knew her. Well, that was probably pretty normal considering about the amount of people that they had out there. It probably drew people, wanting to enjoy the weather and enjoy other people outside. I see her and her cousin all the time, either biking, rollerblading on a hoverboard, going up and down the street, said local man Jerry Macknick told the news outlet. They sled in the back hill of our yard and she's always happy. But yeah, it's a very, very sad situation, to say the least. At a press conference Tuesday, Kelm announced that a juvenile suspect was arrested earlier that evening. He also said the suspect had known Lily. Poor baby. She probably saw him, stopped to talk to him, and he just unleashed all of his anger and frustration and whatever's craziness he had going on in his head. But he declined to provide any further information, including the suspect's age, gender, or where they were arrested. The kid was 14 years old, was a friend of Lily's, and intentionally followed her. Kelm said he no longer believed there was a danger to the public, indicating he believes the suspect acted alone. Kelm did say that the officers executed a search warrant on an address along the 400 block of North Grove Street, the same block where Lily's aunt lives. That poor baby. But Kelm did not say whether that search yielded anything of value. While making his argument for a high bond, District Attorney Wade Newell said that in statements reportedly made to law enforcement by the suspect, his intention was to violate this girl all along and to kill the victim from the get-go. He left his house with the victim going down the trail. And that's why I'm saying, even though the cops didn't deem it an important situation, and it was a very quick situation, and they probably couldn't have done anything about it, which is good because they had no intention of doing anything anyway. Stupid a-holes. Chippewa County Coroner Ron Patton said, according to the preliminary results of the autopsy conducted by the Ramsey County, Minnesota Medical Examiner's Office, Ileana Lily Peters suffered strangulation and blunt force trauma. The suspect told investigators he hit Peters in the stomach with a stick before strangling her to death and then sexually assaulting her. Did you hear that? Strangling her to death and then assaulting her. 2 of the 3 charges carry a maximum penalty of life in prison. The 14-year-old is being tried in adult court. I don't know. It's so sick. You can't believe that he's mentally ill. But there has to be some kind of illness in his head. This is how serial killers get started, right? And who knows what he's done to animals and everything prior to this, because he had a damn plan involved, you know? A 14-year-old boy is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree sexual resulting in great bodily harm, and first-degree sexual assault of a child under the age of 13, resulting in great bodily harm. He is being held on $1 million cash bond at the Eau Claire Juvenile Detention Center ahead of his next court appearance on May 5th. Now, I know a lot of other countries handle children committing crime much differently than I do. This child's going to be tried as an adult. I do think there is a great mental factor here, but I also think that it's a kind of mental factor where if you don't hold him accountable and punish him, and he were to ever get out, he would just continue on this spree. Does that make it a mental disease, or is it a mental deviation? I don't know, because the way our society is, how harsh, how brutal, but society's always been harsh and brutal. Is it because technology is involved? I really don't understand this when kid on kid violence happens like this. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. But anyway, with that, I will call it a night. I look forward to talking to you guys on next Monday. Please, please, if you have any information or comments about my past episodes, let me know, and I'll provide that in the shows that I'm upcoming and working on for this new episode or episodes. I'm not sure which one it'll turn into, just a single series or a part 1 and a part 2. But anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe out there. Pay attention to your life's truth clues. Call. If you see something, it's better to be safe than sorry. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. And I just was reading about somebody the other day who saw somebody getting accosted in their driveway, didn't know what was going on, didn't know if they were arguing or something like that, and didn't say anything. And the young lady ended up dead. So with that being in mind, it doesn't hurt to maybe feel a little embarrassed, save somebody's life or make somebody feel like they're cared for. I love you guys. Stay tuned for my next episode. Please like and subscribe. Hit that smash button for alerts. I'm working on improving my videos for you real hard. And if you have any kind of content that you think I should be covering, please let me know in the comments section. Stay safe and see you on next Monday's episode.